It's at 8 megabytes per second. I don't know if it's gonna be able to keep up. We'll see.
It's on.
Ooh, we're on. Hey,
Hey,
what's up, guys?
Midnight game live stream. We have to speak. Stream is offline. Why is
Stream
that?
is offline?
Oh, no, it's on.
Game live stream.
But
It's really
sensitive?
Sounds. Yeah, it's
okay. Yeah, guys, this isn't gonna be a member stream per se.
yeah. You should lower your voice.
But
it's catching. It's really.
Um,
good, I guess.
Mayu wanted to open a bunch of loot boxes.
Looty. I'm going back to looty right now.
Her favorite pastime.
We got 105 rupees.
100 and...
Should I go?
Mayu likes to say looty looty.
Looty, you were saying looty. The other day. I like it anyway. Should we talk?
So,
hey, Jack is on. Oh my god,
Jack's
there's
on?
4 people watching already.
Hey.
Hi everyone.
hey guys, we're just fooling around, trying out this new setup because I got the iMac and now it's a quad core, so we can have
New
video
flavor. I like it.
at the same time as
Tom yum.
another thing going on here. Like, yeah. Hey, if this goes well, I can do that thing where I have like the news articles and then talk about the news articles with FaceTime for the live stream. Yeah. If this all goes well.
How do you show the article?
I gotta use a different program, but basically I'll be streaming
2 camera. One for your face, one is for showing the article.
the article, yeah. And then one shows my face.
Hi from Dubai. Shouldn't be you sleeping.
Shouldn't you be sleeping?
Yes.
Uh,
But tomorrow is still my day off, so I am up until late.
do they have something like in Dubai, like a saying, like we do in? It's like a Korean saying. It's like good kids sleep. Good kids from good. 꿈나라의 사람들은 it's like a good child sleeps early. And wakes up early. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But we're not good kids. we're people of the night.
Yep.
We
But you don't really see who's commenting, no?
huh?
On even you have this one.
You know what? Yeah, that is a problem.
Or can we change? Like, I feel this screen. I mean, this camera is really like dark. Can we like make it brighter?
That we can't do anything about because it's the FaceTime camera. I can't manually adjust the sensitivity. We could just set up lighting and make it really bright.
Fine. Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, guys.
Try open the.
Jeez, it can't render at 30 frames per second. It's saying, no.
But I guess it's working as usual.
It's we're gonna have to reconsider.
Oh, it's working though.
Huh?
It's working as usual.
Is it? Is everything off? Okay, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna turn the stream command thing off. Boom. And turn off the preview.
Oh my gosh, 6 people's on.
And
Hi
we're good.
everyone.
We should be having more system resources. Fortunately, I don't have unlimited resources. Computer is still too slow.
Oh yeah. Oh, they're looking for the matches.
Okay, guys. So, anyways,
Do the rooty time.
this might seem like a very stupid thing, but this is what Mayu likes to do. As a matter of fact, we were just talking the other day. Let's make this. Let's talk about something, even though this is just a technical trial,
Rooty.
because it's fresh in my head
About.
about how you and I met, babe.
Okay, I think that was, for me, more like clear memory. I know, because you have tendency to forget this thing. And then last 3 weeks ago, I guess 3 weeks ago, you talk about like how you introduce yourself when you met the girls. That is like you saying, and then that your answer was not what I got from you. You know, that is like, maybe I know that you have tons of girls you talked to before, so it's just one of the girl. I was one of the girl where you were talking to at a time. So maybe you were giving like a random.
I feel like I just opened up a Pandora's box.
Oh yeah, that's what I'm saying. So you shouldn't talk because you are not ready to talk about it, and it's going to live stream directly. So it's going to be embarrassing live stream ever. So I don't think it's a good idea to talk about it.
Is it gonna be embarrassing? I'm never embarrassed.
If you don't think it's embarrassing, also it's fine. As long as you're okay with it.
I'm pretty shameless, babe.
Okay. Nobody commenting about it right now.
Nobody's commenting
maybe
about it.
Maybe not that interested.
Yeah, maybe.
Let's open Ruti.
But
first Ruti.
No, I think I was basically gonna say, you know, I don't know what I said or whatever, but we obviously just met on Tinder because everyone keeps asking us, where'd you meet? All I can say is it was quite uneventful in that
for him, because he has meeting a lot of girls on Tinder.
Yeah, this is true. But it's typical, usually, in that generally guys are always meeting different girls. And the girls they usually just sort of go for the first guy or two that they encounter. That's my experience. And I don't think I've ever
many duplicates. How do you like it?
Huh?
How do you like it? Roar. That's it.
Man, babe, you didn't let me know. I like that thing though.
Monkey business. Peanut butter.
Peanut butter. I like the peanut butter.
Shut up.
Oh, I forgot what it is. The twist is good. Kill monkey business. Peanut butter, I think, is good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ethan, sounds like you better get it right. Can you open the what do you call it?
The what?
Live stream
on here?
Yeah.
It's not a good idea because it's gonna take up system resources and it's gonna probably stop the stream.
Okay, Jack.
Yeah.
You. Sounds like you better get it right.
Looty looty, that's pirate talk. Looty booty, no. Mayu like to say looty looty. Like Lootie. Looty looty. I told Mayu to not open these loot boxes because I don't know, I thought it would be cool just to open them all at once.
Mine means no. Because we're getting a lot of duplicates, and then this is kind of we should keep it as a record that we have tons of duplicates and getting nothing new.
Yes, this is true. This is true.
And then you want to claim this to the Blizzard.
Yes.
That is.
If we just keep getting duplicates, because we have to spend like what, a good 2-3 hours.
I mean, we're not gonna pay for it. That's why we are spending so much time playing this.
We don't have money to buy these stupid loot boxes. But I'd feel worse if I bought all these loot boxes and they're giving me all these duplicates too.
It's gonna be, maybe if you purchase it, maybe you got it better.
Yeah, I mean, we put so much time. We have all this excitement. Like, let's get something, and it's just a duplicate, like something that we already got. When there's so many like ones they could give us. I feel like this game is sort of rigged, and I did want to have it as a record. But the other thing too is I felt like if we waited longer, because there's like more stuff.
But I didn't see. Okay, I opened a 4 box right now. I got a new only 3 item.
3 out of 12. That's actually not too bad.
Okay.
All right, let's try again. Let's try. I wasn't paying attention.
I noticed the blue one.
Is this all duplicates?
All duplicates.
Oh, that's so bad. Guys, whenever you see the little coins pop up out of them, that means they're duplicates.
100 Robux. That's it. And what time is it now? 8. 3 a.m. right now. 3-2 right now. How long does it take to open those loot boxes?
I
If you're commenting about it.
don't know. Oh my gosh, we got one thing.
And they're not that great. Oh my gosh, she doesn't have any.
Yeah, see, so we don't have anything from her, and they should like at least give us something. There's so many things that they could give us, but they just keep giving us duplicates. This game's rigged. Look,
Oh my-
1, 2, 3,
oh,
4
duplicate.
duplicates.
Oh, dear. It's the coin is not duplicate, but that is not what we want. And there's no gold.
Oh my god.
All of it.
Let's keep a tally of how many aren't duplicates. So far 1.
Okay, this is new.
Okay, 2.
Launching. Duo. Heroic.
It's horrible. No, I mean but Jack, my conscience is good. I know my story. I never claim much. Mayu just tends to assume things.
No. Assume this is the fact. This is the story, and the word, and yeah, this is the story. What he told me, and then it wasn't actually matched to what he has doing. Later on, I noticed that, so it's like.
Wait,
Oh,
what story?
what was
I don't understand what you're saying, babe.
What
I'm from the very get-go. I will be honest and say.
You are honest.
Depending on the girl, I change like.
That's why you were saying you didn't know me well at the time. Even just before I met you, I guess. Oh, this is all new, and all hamster guy.
Hamtaro guy.
And this hamster.
Vocabulary not found. Translation impossible.
Translation impossible. I like those better. Keep your eyes on the ball.
I like that one. Keep your eyes on the ball.
Odds of success increasing. I like this one better.
Let's see.
This is cute.
Ethan, sounds like you better get her. This is still the latest comment.
Yeah.
But no, I know I'm right because my story is honest. Honest in the fact that I don't remember what I said.
Oh, this is all new too. Nothing dupe.
Oh my gosh.
Why? This is cute. Hungry.
Blizzard must have
Can we get
heard our complaints.
Can we change?
Change
This is
the
hungry.
change the sleep.
Sleepy? I just got a moon.
The
so I
moon
just
one
put
is
it
nice. He's like
howling to the moon.
howling to the. I like it. This is one of my favorite characters. This little hamster guy.
This is happening.
This is happening. You like it?
Yeah, I like that.
This is
I
happening.
like the gorilla guy too. He's
Oh,
cute.
you wanna change it?
Huh?
You wanna change it?
Yeah. Go ahead and change
Engaging
it.
festival.
All right, guys. You know, I have to move on from this, but
What do you mean?
no. Let me summarize our story as I heard.
Look at this. Look at this. He actually not gorilla. Gorilla guy feeding the hamster. It's not gorilla sticker.
Oh.
It's the regular sticker.
Yeah.
What do you think?
All right. So
What I'm asking, what do you think?
no, babe, it's cute, but you know,
Okay.
I have to put into context why we are doing this. Yeah. And there's.
There's a gold. There's a gold.
Oh, that is pretty
This
cool.
is all new. Wait. This is cute.
Okay, guys, I'm just gonna sort of ignore her right now, and
On top. Look at this. So
but
cute.
the story is me and Mayu met. There is really nothing very special about the meeting. People keep asking us, "How did you meet?"
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and I just keep saying
This is
there
how
is
they
nothing special.
Evolute hamster to be a mechanic hamster. he have things on the head on the second stage. He got some surgery on his brain.
Mayu's not gonna let me talk.
Okay.
Okay.
I have to comment about it because this is the reason why I'm opening.
No, that's what I see. People are dropping off because we just keep talking about loot boxes. It makes no sense why we're talking about loot boxes.
Attention to detail is important. However, correcting people too much can backfire.
Yeah. Well.
Yeah, especially guys, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, but you like to collect the thing too. Anyway, okay, go ahead. And this is all non-duplicate.
This is the story, and I stand by it. I never like. Don't listen to this woman.
I'm not gonna talk about it.
Okay.
I want to listen.
Listen to my story first
Not the
before
story,
you even. I don't
explanation.
even know what you're claiming that I would be embarrassed about. I'm so open about everything.
Okay.
So the way we met, there is nothing special at all. I keep saying we just met on Tinder, and you know at that time when I swiped, forgot left or right. Right.
I don't remember.
Yeah, no, I don't remember. But after we swiped right, we met. She was just one of many girls, you know, and there wasn't like anything particularly special about our first meeting. Well,
Oh, King is on. Hey, what's up?
ooh, what's up? I was just playing FIFA 19. Ooh, that's cool. So we're actually talking about how we met. I mean,
For like King.
everyone knows me. Well, everyone who's a long time fan knows that we met on Tinder, and I keep saying there's nothing special about it, and I'm telling you like the extent of how insignificant our meeting is. Our meeting was very, very insignificant, at least to me. That's what I'm saying. This I'm talking about from my point of view. I'm not claiming that this is how it was for Mayu, but to me, it was a very insignificant meeting. Well, no, it wasn't very insignificant because I think actually every meeting is significant to me because I just generally enjoy meeting new people, whether it be girls or guys or whatever. So, but it wasn't anything different.
Now I'm getting all hamster. Yep.
You know?
Okay.
So, in the very beginning, we met just like any other couple. And one thing I will say that was very, very different about our meeting, however, was when Mayu came to my place and she was looking around, she noticed I had, at that time guys, we didn't have all these figurines. I didn't have any figurines except for one figurine, which was a Gundam I made. I made one Gundam, right? Because, you know, to me at that point, I'm just thinking, this is sort of what kids do, you know, make little figures and such, but I never ever got to make one of these Gundam figures, right? So I decided one day, because I have a ton of time out here, you know, I'm like pretty much retired before I was making videos, right? I'm like, you know, I'm gonna try making a Gundam. Why not?
It's exactly same pose as a diva.
Oh, that's cute. I like it.
Frustration.
So I decided to make one.
Frustration detected.
And I didn't think much of it, but I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it because I don't get to do like woodworking. Like in the States, I would do woodworking, right? Like I would get.
Something about do.
Yeah, I mean it's actually, you know, a lot of girls would think that's manly. I get like old furniture, I sand it down, I get new hardware or whatever, varnish it, stain it. So I like to do that kind of stuff. I like to make things with my hands. So out here the condo is small, so the only thing I can do is make a Gundam. So I made a Gundam. But I have the same feeling. It's very like meditational, relaxing, just putting together something, you know? I almost feel like I'm making, really, I imagine myself making a robot, like.
Okay.
Anyways, long story short, Mayu looks at this and goes, "Oh my gosh, you have a Gundam." She was so excited, right? And, you know, when I met her initially, I knew that she was Japanese, but I'm the kind of person that doesn't want to assume or like stereotype or like project my fantasy on somebody. And although I know I like a bunch of Japanese things, my thinking is most Japanese girls aren't like, you know, what we see in animes. I'm sure it's not, because most Koreans aren't like what you see in dramas, right? So
What do you mean? The character wise or appearance wise, you mean?
Both.
Okay.
Drama sort of, yeah, because Korean drama, plastic surgery, everyone can get plastic surgery.
Oh,
Yeah.
Don't
But of course you're not
forget
gonna look like a
again.
cartoon character, I know that. But yeah, that's where it
So
started.
cool.
The only thing that set Mayu apart was she had a similar interest to me. And
Equip.
I guess other than that, that is a big thing though. That's what I'm saying. That is a big thing. But the process of meeting her and everything wasn't any particularly special. And as a matter of fact, when we first met, we weren't like, oh, we meet and then we steadily progress up to like this blossoming relationship. We met, we're sort of interested, but then I was still like meeting other girls, and I'm just like, but what was different about Mayu is she had a similar interest to me, that I decided, you know, it would be cool just to hang out with her as a friend, platonically, right? So we platonically.
That is what you said. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Go ahead.
And then we kept meeting each other and watching movies or whatever. It was really great because she lives close by at Ramen as well.
Go again.
So logistics is a big part of this. Logistics is always important. I think logistics is almost about 50% of it, because logistics is timing, you know? Like, she wasn't living in Ramenai before, so she wasn't.
I used to live in Peppery, closer here, I guess.
Maybe,
at the time.
Who knows? But logistically it works, because you know you meet some girls out here that maybe you like or you jive with or whatever, but they live in La Prao, and it's such a pain in the butt for her to come here, like an hour, 2 hours. You don't want to go there either because traffic's bad. So I know, like, later on.
The skin's cool. Chris say something. Sorry, I missed it.
Later on, I decided to start filtering my Tinder meets down to like 2-mile radius or 1-mile radius, because I knew that, you know, if I match with someone even like 5 miles away in Bangkok, that's really far in Bangkok because of traffic. So I would do 1 or 2 miles away.
That I didn't know, but I told you stop using Tinder after like how many months was that? Like, I don't know. Because one of my friends found you on Tinder and showed me, I thought you would get a serious relationship with this guy, and it's like, what the hell? I told you I don't think you remember it, but yeah.
No, I do.
Yeah.
No.
Because I saw the picture that I took the real photo in America. Remember.
Babe,
remember.
I clearly remember this, but this wasn't in the meeting phase. This was like way down.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah. We have many incidents. Ethan wasn't a good boy.
I mean, I don't know, he wasn't, and you shouldn't maybe put it in past tense.
I'm a good guy now.
Okay.
Relatively.
Okay, everything duplicate now. Okay, go ahead. All the audience wants to know about it.
Do they?
Set Tinder to 1 kilo. LOL. Hola, ¿cómo está? ¿Cómo está? Muy bien. What do you call? Something muy bien.
But guys, I don't want you to think that if you come out here, you're gonna have as much success as I used to, because I feel like I was Tindering in the heyday, when Tinder was just brand new to Thailand and there wasn't a stigma against it. I would seriously get like 30 matches a day, I kid you not. But I've talked to some other guys that Tinder lately, and they tell me it's not that great. They tell me they get matched with lady boys all the time.
Lady boy,
When I was first Tindering in Thailand about 2 years ago, though, it wasn't like that.
Yeah, I don't like this.
It would be very rare for me to match a lady boy.
3-4 years ago, wow, crazy.
Yeah, but I mean, things have changed.
Tinder is kind of over now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Even Chris said.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm glad I got to experience it in the heyday. You know? It was so crazy in Thailand. Like, you would get like 3 dates a day. Which is what
Tinder in the States consider a quick hookup now. Oni Monkey said.
You know, all the people say that.
But from the beginning,
Majority,
it wasn't like that.
No, I mean, it was like that.
And it was, I mean, so it was like that. Not okay. Of course, you're gonna see a new people, but at the same time, if you're lucky, you get a hookup.
No, I think
Easily.
it depends. Like there's Tinder, just like any other medium. Like there's so many negative connotations on Tinder. Like, you know, you only meet this kind of person or that kind of person. But in my experience, Tinder is like a pretty good sample of the people you'll meet in normal life.
It's funny. Tinder wasn't bad when I used it 4 years ago. King said, "You win some, you lose some."
Yeah, the ratio of meeting psychotic girls or good girls or gold digging girls or whatever, anything negative you can say, it's the same on Tinder as it is in real world. But in real world, like we actually we have the benefit of being able to see how they act and how they talk and stuff like that. So we have a higher percentage of approaching more, you know, reasonable normal girls. But on Tinder, it's like it's tough because they're taking the best angle, they're photoshopping. You don't really know how they talk or act until you actually start talking to them.
That's all the same online dating though, not really Tinder.
Yeah, I mean that's what I'm saying. Online dating, but online dating or dating in real life, it's just like if you just picked any random girl, it's like that's what you should expect. You're probably not gonna like 9 out of the 10 people you meet. Yeah, like they would be like,
why? This is cool.
Maybe I'm pessimistic, but that's my experience. Like 9 out of 10 girls I talk to on Tinder are just not really my type, you know.
Look at this, his outfit. He have this what do you call the front part?
Oh, I like this guy.
Right? But when you look at back in his backside, he looks like he's in underwear to me. Isn't it funny? He's like, okay, it looks cool. And when you look at like just white shorts like this, like underwear. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, I interrupt your story.
Anyway, that's how Tinder was. But the main thing I wanted to say is I think it's really important out here. I was just talking to another guy about he wanted to have like a relationship like me and Mayu. He's like, you guys seem to have a really good relationship. You guys like each other. We definitely have our ups and downs. We definitely not, particularly me, okay?
Yeah, you have a lot of things to
But the thing is,
you have to deal with.
I've been honest with Mayu from the very get-go. I said from the very get-go, you're just my friend, you know? And I even remember, I don't know if you remember this, babe, but there's this one time you came over and we're just watching a movie and you're like, oh, whose hair is this, you know? Yeah? And I'm like, well, it's like, I don't know. Like, that's the truth. It's like, out of many girls whose hair, it's like, I don't know. It's like, you have girls come and sleep over and blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, like I'm thinking. I didn't say anything because
you just didn't want to say that word to me.
Well, yeah, I'm like, I didn't think it was any of your business, really.
Yeah.
And then I remember you clearly saying like, I mean, it's not like you were saying it's okay, like, oh, it's not like, you know, but I just wanted to know or something. So I thought we were very clear on this from the very get-go. Yeah.
What the hell?
But you know, eventually we started hanging out a lot. We even went to Sri Lanka, right? Well, that was our first trip, right? I keep forgetting. Sri Lanka or Hong Kong? Sri Lanka, and you know, we would chill together, and Mayu's feelings for me grew, and then I clearly remember, even though she said that it was okay that I was like meeting other girls or whatever, her mind changed.
Just taking out the
trash. And then she's like, you know, I know that I said it was okay kind of thing, but I can't do this anymore because it's very unhealthy for me, right? Remember? And then you're saying I think I have to break up or not see you, and I'm like,
not coming back anymore.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
And then I was at that time thinking, because you guys all know, I've told you guys many times before, I plan on being, you know, single for the rest of my life, right?
Having fun in my life.
Yeah.
Oni.
When I met Mayu, I was in that phase. I guess I was so disillusioned by women in general because I just never had a really good relationship,
Oni.
you know? So it was really hard for me to trust a girl, you know, a single girl. And I guess I just sort of accepted that I would much rather have these, you know, romantic flings, just constantly be in honeymoon phase, right, as we call it, in the honeymoon phase of the relationship, than actually try to maintain a very long one,
and keep
you know?
it together.
Like, I just sort of I enjoyed it, you know? Like,
Last a year.
I know that sounds like the most asshole thing to a lot of people, but it's like, to me, it's like, I think
One of the reasons why you're in Bangkok.
when you stay, no, that's not a reason. I just, legitimately, I just feel like the longer you're with somebody and you're in a relationship and there's all these expectations, and it doesn't become romantic anymore, you know? And what can I say? I like
This one! Junker!
Oh, I wanted this guy.
He's so cool. Look at his hair.
finally get this guy, get this guy, get this guy, get this guy,
Rooty,
get this guy.
Equip.
Yeah.
Okay.
But timing was great. First of all, I think the most important thing was we had common interests, like this kind of stuff. We like to play video games together. We like to watch the same kind of stuff, like anime. We like to make Gundam together, and
Okay. Then Chris said, on dinner once, I had two almost identical poops earrings, clearly from different girls. I found them both at the same time. Then one asked if I found her earrings.
girls
Chris.
changing their mind. How funny how that works. Yeah.
It's like at the beginning I say okay because I know that I cannot change his mind. If he's know that what I feel, he wouldn't do it. But you know, it's not easy for me to.
I don't know.
I'm just telling myself, like, telling you like that. But I'm telling myself I should be okay. I have to be okay because, you know, it's like that at the beginning.
Like
Nobody wants to be in that situation, I guess.
You
As
see-
long as you have a lot of guys in your hands, like you do, you know.
a lot of girls.
I mean, if I'm a girl and then meeting different guys, okay, I understand. I understand your feeling. The meeting different girls.
Well, yeah. What's there not to understand about it? It's nice
Yeah,
to
that's
meet
what
different
I'm
girls.
saying. That's what I'm saying. But it's unhealthy in the end. That's why I chose you.
Yeah, and this is the thing about Mayu that I like. From the very beginning, she's very, you know, maybe she's not very honest. Later on, I find out maybe she really, like, even though we said we're gonna be friends, she had feelings for me, but then she didn't. So, but for the most part, Mayu was very
I like it.
straightforward with me. And maybe that's why I treated her differently and like try to just be her friend, because I thought she was just like a guy, you know, just like me, but it's okay. Yeah, like we can be friends because
Hurting my feeling, just like a guy.
no, like I say it in the best
Do you
way.
throw them
dude.
out? What do you do?
Do you throw what out?
I don't know. Do you throw them out? What do you do? I don't know, Chris. What is the question about?
It's like we've talked about so much stuff. He's probably saying that in reference to something. Any serious
Just 2 minutes.
long-term relationship is based on mutual attraction and mutual interest. My current girl ticks both boxes and it works. We have our ups and downs, but we work through them eventually. King, did you get a new girl, by the way?
Is that the girl you're having a trouble with?
I don't know.
Do you throw them out? You mean the girl you were seeing? I don't know.
Do I throw the girls out after a while?
What do you do?
Oh, maybe he's talking about. I did have to some of them. It's just I knew that the relationship wasn't healthy, especially if like I had one girl who was like doing drugs. I said this once before, and that's like unacceptable to me. You know, it's just
that is the one you're talking about, a student girl.
Yeah, especially in Thailand, you don't want to ever be like anywhere near drugs, and I didn't want anything to do with that. So
I think
kick her out.
she's talking about the girls you are meeting. When I say that I don't wanna, I want you to be like more serious, you know, like right after that maybe.
Well, no, the thing about that was different with Mayu is
about the earring. He said it's not about the girls.
Oh, the earrings.
I don't know.
The earrings. I guess you throw them out. Just say it's not lost here. That would be the smart thing to do, I guess. Instead of risking 50-50, you can just, you know, guarantee that it's just never gonna be an issue. Just struggle through that. But yeah.
Yeah, it's but I'm curious. How did you not to meeting her anymore? Because you were meeting different girls at a time.
No, I mean it's.
And then I say like it's not healthy, and I don't like it. And then you start thinking that maybe I have to not to seeing that the girls that you have in hand. How do you start throw them out?
No.
Throw them out.
Well.
Ow.
This is the thing. A lot of the girls that I already had, like that I had relationships with at that time, it just drops into different categories. Some girls, you're just only sexually attracted to them, so they're just like, you know, once in a while hookup friends. But those girls, I completely understand if they want like a long-term relationship, right? So I would let them just go and, you know, try to meet whoever guy, and I cheer them on, you know. But sometimes, like most girls, they'll break up with them, and then they need a guy to comfort them and stuff. But if you have like a bunch of them, you're constantly in demand. You know,
those girls, you mean?
Girls generally, like I feel like girls generally meet and break up with guys like at least once a year, right? So even if you have like, and it takes them like at least a month to find another one, even if they go right on the rebound. So even if you had like 12 of them that you're in touch with, you would like constantly be busy, you know. But it's like that. It's just. So
your understanding is those girls have a lot of guys.
Like to me, I never had a double standard with women. I'm always honest. That's the main thing. Like I don't ever want to mislead a girl, you know. So
so it was clear for you that telling those girls that this is just for fun, not really serious relationship, and that those girls you knew that.
I don't say this is for fun. That's very offensive.
Yeah, but this is. I mean, this is what your concept is.
No, my concept is I just tell them how I am, which is. I
you didn't
ever
say.
want to be in a relationship.
Oh, okay.
That's what I tell them. I say, I don't want to be in a relationship. Why? And I tell them my philosophy about why I don't want to be in a relationship. And it's quite understandable why I wouldn't want to be in a relationship. I just came off of like 2 horrible engagements, you know? And I think like getting married eventually, like being in a relationship is going to put pressure to get married, and if you get married then you're going to get pressure from the family and Asian families, and I think that deteriorates like the relationship between a man and a woman, because then it's more about meeting the expectation of society, and it doesn't become about you and that girl. So I just never want to go down that path. But at the same time, I'm completely respectful of the girls if they want to meet like a guy who like wants to go long term and go down that path and do the whole family thing. Especially Thais, because they have they have a requirement. Yeah. But at the same time, I feel like, you know, what I want to do though is I tell them straight out, I enjoy meeting people and then like trying to understand your feelings, and you know, it just and they think I'm a pretty good listener and I'm understanding of them, if I'm very open like that, like girls generally tend to be like whenever they need advice or whatever, they call you first. Like I would always constantly give advice about like relationships, you know, like when they're in a relationship and they're like, why is this guy doing this and stuff, you know. They would call me and I enjoy like talking to them about it and giving them like dating advice. They said they actually when they knew that I was doing YouTube, they thought I should do YouTube about dating advice to women. You know? But yeah, I mean, I have all these girls, but once in a while it could turn into sexual, you know what I mean, if you have a sexual attraction or whatever. And at the same time, you know, these are girls that I'm interested in because I just think they're interesting, you know? But sometimes it was just physical too, like you just go to a club and you meet someone and you're physically attracted, both of you, and you just keep it on that level. And it wasn't any more me, like I think people assume that it's always the guys that just want sex or whatever, but in my experience, more the girls that were just, you know, doing the physical thing, they just physical and they leave. Really, you know, sometimes I feel like I should cook them breakfast or take them out to lunch or whatever.
This is so new. Okay.
But they just leave, you know, and that's it. Or some of them like talking to me, some of them like want relationship advice from me or whatever, and
nobody wants to be your girlfriend.
No, obviously there's people that want to be,
yeah.
Right? Because this I clearly know this because when I decided to be your girlfriend, right? I mean boyfriend at that time, I had a couple girls that were like really sort of butthurt, you know.
Yeah,
and
that's what I'm saying. Yeah.
No, in hindsight, I sort of realized I was being naive. Like, even though I was clearly saying this, and the girls were saying back to me that this was just like a platonic relationship or whatever, I think somewhere in the back of their mind, they probably thought maybe I would be their boyfriend.
Oh, okay. They have some
because
small hope,
the reason I know this is because once they knew that you're my girlfriend,
yeah,
then they
have a chance to meet.
Half of them would just all of a sudden just stop talking to me, even though, you know, I just thought we're friends and I would just talk to them on a platonic level. And then the other half would stop talking to me, but before would let me know, like,
this is going to
you know, I thought you are very determined never to be with someone, but then you are with her, you know. And they're like, they feel betrayed.
Okay.
You know, which I completely understand, you know.
Because
but
that is not what you were saying before.
Yeah. See, this is how much you changed me, babe. Like, I was very determined to be single.
Determined to be single, having a lot of girls. Okay.
No, I
think a lot of new kids now.
I sort of forgot how I was thinking back then because it's been a while, and I don't want to think about it. But I don't want to be like, I feel like because I have relatively more time than most guys, you know, then I feel like I have a lot to offer as far as just like emotionally, right? So I don't want to, I feel like just dedicating all that to one girl
only monkey, yeah, okay,
is gonna end up I mean, I don't even think that girl wants all that attention anyways, first of all. It just makes the guy look very needy or whatever. But I just, you know, I'm like, why? I didn't want to be possessed. I don't want one girl to just possess me and be like selfishly taking all my attention when I enjoy like spreading my attention and, you know, talking to different people, learning about people's lives. I mean, because like the reason I had all these different relationships, we weren't really even having a sex or anything
30
per
minutes
se. But I enjoyed just talking to people.
Okay.
Yeah, and getting to know about them, how, like, what kind of relationships they're in. Like, this was interesting to me, because up to that point, I was very like interested in like why my relationships in the past have failed, what I was doing wrong, how the girls were thinking. Like, this was something I would always ponder about.
Okay.
And through
that, your experience,
Yeah.
and through their story,
Yeah.
you will see
and
the
not only that, but okay, now I sort of remember Like you're bringing up memories. One thing I
This is kind of like group therapy.
this is like group therapy.
Mayu should give dating advice. She caught that ladies man. She's calling you a ladies man.
Mayu, I think the way she acted is very good. She was very different than other girls in how she handled this, because other girls would be very emotional, but Mayu would be just understanding of it.
No,
And
I wasn't understanding. I was trying to be understanding.
Yeah.
That's why it doesn't work.
No, it was good because you were trying. Trust me, if you're from the very get-go, before I really knew you and we shared common interests. Yeah, like all I had was you like making Gundams. And we never went on the trip to Sri Lanka, and I never knew like, oh, even through like hard times you would like be positive and stuff. If I didn't know that and you were trying to just be possessive of me, then I would have just, you know, said okay, you know? Like it's not that it's not that I didn't know any other girls that were nice. You know, there's tons of nice girls. The more see
Playing it cool is so hard. Yes, that's right, Chris.
what too hard?
Playing it cool.
Playing it cool is so hard. Yeah, I don't think you should play it cool, but it was interesting to me because the more I learned about women and their feelings, I found that before, like, women were like, because I was sort of nerdy and I never really met a lot of girls or whatever,
in the States, you say.
yeah, like they were like, I was scared of them, I think, you know. They were, I like put them up on a pedestal. But the more I learn about women, I felt like really sorry for the situations they're in. And, you know I can't offer exactly what every girl would like, just be that perfect guy or whatever. But I knew what I could offer is I could listen to them, make them feel better. And I felt like that's lacking in a lot of relationships, you know? So... like and I know the guy's point of view too. So when this girl's like, you know, this guy did this, what do you think that means? And I would explain it. I would say, you know, I think he actually means well, but he just doesn't know how to express, you know, this and this. And I think you should, you know, just trust him, because I think he's a good guy, you know, like that. And then I would just keep hearing, and I would just keep give dating advices, or if they just kept getting dumped or whatever, I wanted to, like, you know, take care of them emotionally. I don't know. It's like maybe I'm a friggin' playboy or whatever, but in my head,
you were saying you're a playboy.
I mean, okay, I say that. I say that because I want to filter out people who, like, from the very get-go, when I meet girls, I generally say, oh, I'm a playboy or whatever, sometimes, because I want to filter out girls who want to be possessive of me from the very get-go, you know? But yeah, I mean, I'm straight up honest. I'm like, I just want to be your friend, just get to know you, and I think that's what really turns me on. Not because there was a certain point I wasn't really interested in sex, you know. I was just interested in being friends, you know. And when I see someone that's hurt or like feeling neglected or whatever, I want to give them that attention, you know. I don't know, that's what makes me happy. And it particularly made me happy that I don't know, that it's like, it's so tough. I just felt like women are just very fragile and needed it, you know? Because especially now, it's just, in this world, it's all about, guys are just so focused on making money and providing that they forget, like, the basic emotional need or whatever, you know? So, and I know that I wasn't very good at providing. So I'm very honest with them. Like, I don't think I can provide for you or whatever. So I'm definitely not relationship material. But, you know, I'm just taking care of myself. But if you ever need someone to talk to or whatever, it's like, it's good. You know, we would just be good friends and talk. Some girls I never even met in person, we would just talk online.
You still have those I guess.
Well, Mayu, after I got in a relationship with her, she would always like look over at my phone, and even when I'm just like, you know, just friends with someone, she tends to like suspect, you know. This is sort of
normal.
This is
very normal.
But this is normal. Like I accept. I'm not bitter about it. I realize that if I get in a relationship with some girl, this is most likely gonna happen. They're gonna be jealous and possessive. But I was freely willing to do that because I felt that when all this happened, when all this was happening, when you said like, when you said I don't think this is healthy, I think I need to leave you, blah blah blah.
Enemy turret destroyed.
And there was a point I was just thinking,
This will restore you.
okay,
Tell me how this
maybe you should, you know, because I'm happy with my life. But at the same, but you got me at the right timing, because at that same time, I felt like my life was becoming more and more unhealthy. Because,
get into position.
yeah, I mean,
And then you feel empty. So I feel sometimes empty too. Remember? I don't know if you remember or not.
I don't know if I said empty per se, but it's not like in the way that most guys would say it's empty. I don't think it's necessarily meaningless, but the sexual part was getting, it wasn't meaningless, but like it's like a drug, you know? You need to increase the dosage. But how do you increase the dosage of sex when you've already increased the frequency? Then you gotta increase the potency. So I found myself like doing, like trying to find a way to make it interesting. Like
What interesting? You mean like what, sexual attraction to make the girls want you, or what?
no,
That is the way, or you,
no,
you just
no.
for yourself, your pleasure part.
Yeah, I mean, just
okay.
like it would have to be more interesting. Like, you know,
Having a better pleasure.
yeah, it would,
Okay.
no, like it would have to change. Like something has to be different this time. You know, I think with guys, sexual partners, the way I mean, first of all, you should have a good frequency of sex available. But if you can have frequency of sex available as many times as you want, then the only way you can increase that pleasure is by coming up with interesting ways to have sex, or more interesting people, or different kinds of people to have sex with, or like a combination of different people to have sex with and stuff. And I found that like in the beginning it's interesting, yeah? It's like, it would be like, me and the guys would be like, first of all, you would try different kinds of girls, like fat girl, tall girl, you know, whatever, and see if it's different. You would try meeting different nationalities. You would try maybe sometimes even meeting, like having twosomes or whatever.
I must reflect.
But
Lady boys.
not lady boys.
Oh yeah? I don't think so.
Not lady boys. But anyways,
Okay.
eventually I realized that I knew where this was leading. Like, yeah, I felt like maybe eventually I would even do like lady boys and stuff, right? And I'm
Eventually.
like, yeah.
Lot of the time.
But at the same time, I realized I also knew that it wouldn't even be satisfying, because it got to a point where I was like losing interest in the girl as soon as she took off her clothes. Like, and I realized I was just only interested in the chase, you know?
Regenerating yourself.
And I thought that was very unhealthy. It's like, I feel like, so I needed to go to rehab and like clear myself of this, you know.
What do you mean rehab?
Just like cut sex.
Oh.
Yeah. I just don't. I think.
I'm restored.
I think it's.
Hold.
I think maybe because I wasn't very sexually active when I was young. It was like I had maybe so much. What's it called? I was so sexually frustrated. I was just going crazy. But when I took a step back, I realized sex isn't what I was very interested in. You know, it became very clear to me. Like whenever I have a physical thing happen to me, it's very clear. Like, oh, it's not just in my head. Like it was very clear to me that sex isn't just driving me. You know, it's like I wanted connection, right? But I also knew at the same time I wasn't with a healthy woman. You know, I would probably just keep doing it because it's like the temptation is right there. You know, I live right by the clubs. You know, I could just walk out there at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. when the girls are leaving and just like pick up girls. So I had to stop, you know. And when I met you, I thought what we had was good because our relationship was based on mutual interest. You know?
I'm just doing my job.
Yeah. And like everything about us was like pretty much the same. Like our diet.
I like Mayu's sense of humor. Thank you, Jack. You are the best.
I liked our sense of like what we eat, what we like to do, like everything about us was the same, right? And I knew that I would never be bored with you, you know? Yeah.
Okay.
So remember you were saying, and I said, okay, I think during that time, I remember you were sitting right here, I was sitting right there on the bed, and we're thinking this through, and I was thinking for a while. I thought, you know what, this is probably healthy, that I try to cut back on all this sex, you know?
Okay.
And remember you said, okay, if we're gonna do this, I'm gonna move here, like to not this room, but like another, like you're gonna find a room here, right?
Uh-huh.
Remember?
Uh-huh.
And it wasn't you, but I was the one who offered, hey, since you're gonna come here anyways, why don't you just stay here? You know? You know why I did that?
Hey there.
Because I wanted to like cut this out of my system cold turkey. Because even if you were living here in the same condo, I knew if I didn't do this, I would probably still be tempted to like meet other girls.
Uh-huh.
You know?
What is this body?
Yeah, and that's why I made the decision and I freely accepted being sort of like in a relationship, you know? And I had this feeling that you would even stop like my platonic relationships too, because I mean, I don't think there's anything wrong if I have just like a friendly relationship with a girl, because you'd probably get jealous and stuff, because we have a past history of like, there's nothing technically. I don't think you should mistrust me, but you yourself mistrust me quite a bit because you know me, like, you know,
Yeah,
like
I
I have
know.
I'm just a guy, so you know me, but like
I don't trust the guy.
Yeah.
Especially ladies, man.
so whenever I'm talking to any girl, you just assume that I'm in like some kind of sexual relationship, even though I'm like, how could I possibly be? You're like living here with me, you know? Like,
Because I'm not at home half of the day. You are free.
babe,
that half of the
there's
day.
no way, guys. There's no way. What you don't know is Mayu is like Sherlock Holmes when it comes to finding hairs or this
Because
or
I'm
that.
the person clean the room. But you're stupid if you have a girls and letting me clean it. You are the devil, and at the same time you're stupid. Okay.
Anyways, it's just not worth it. It's not worth it for me to. Yeah, I put myself in a position where it was just not worth it for me to, you know, hook up or whatever, because Mayu would give me so much shit over it.
No, even I haven't had anything yet, but Mayu giving me a lot of shit already.
Yeah, even if, yeah.
That is what you want to say.
Pretty much. Even if I don't, she always constantly suspects me. But I was actually sort of used to this already by the time I met Mayu, because, you know, before I decided I never want to be in a relationship, it wasn't just like, it wasn't. Thank you. Actually, there's a part that you missed that I didn't say. I was in a couple of relationships with Thai girls, and even a Korean girl back in Korea. And I saw myself going back into the same cycle of being like super needy and just wanting to be providing and just going back into the cycle of, you know, what I used to do. And eventually the girls would lose interest in me or think I'm like, even though I'm like doing the best I can and being faithful to them, like they would project their insecurities and think I'm cheating or whatever. So like that really hurt me because I was trying my best, you know? It would be one thing if I was like a total, like, you know, guy who was like screwing around and then they thought I was, but like whenever I try to be in a relationship and I'm like being faithful and stuff, they would either suspect I'm cheating on them, or if I was just too nice, they would think I'm boring and then break up with me, right? Like I literally had, yeah, no, I literally had certain girls that said, you know,
I like the backboard.
Yeah, like
that is the Thai
you're too appeasing. Like if I say this, like I remember one girl clearly saying, like there's this one time I said, you know, we had an appointment to meet, and then I said, you know, I can't meet you, and then I said like, what, why? And then he's like, oh, I need to get my nails done at, you know, this place, right? And then I'm like, oh, okay, well, you know, then I'll go meet you there, you know? And I thought, I didn't really think much of that interaction, but she said that was like the biggest turn off and one of the reasons she wanted to break up with me, because she just thought, as a guy, when a girl decides to like cancel on you or whatever, if you're a man, you would have said, you know, screw you, or I'm not gonna meet you anymore or whatever, you know? And I'm like, that seems like too impulsive. No, that's not the kind of guy I am. And I just realized, like, it's really hard to please a lot of different girls, you know? And be in, like, a relationship. You always have to, like, keep them in limbo. You have to, like, keep them on their toes. So, I was like, okay. So, I'm, like, with this girl, I'm not bad enough. With this girl, I'm too nice. With this girl, you know, I'm nice, but she thinks I'm a bad guy. And it was just, I was sort of over relationships at that point. But like I said, with you, Mayu, you were pretty...
What is this? Chasing after me.
Relatively upfront. That's all. I mean, I remember from the very beginning, you were like... You know, you said... I didn't have to play any games, like... We're both like, oh, we like each other, you know?
Yeah. For me, I was...
You're what?
I was different. I didn't have that hard time in my life to start dating someone like you.
Yeah. I think you had very healthy relationships.
In the past,
Yeah.
that's what I'm saying. That's
Yeah.
why I say I'm unhealthy. That's why I cannot do this.
Yeah, yeah. And I think I clearly admit I'm pretty unhealthy. Like I met girls who would constantly mistrust me, and then eventually I got to a point where I was jaded. But you are really, really like healthy in the sense that in the beginning, when you like me, you clearly show that you like me. And then when you're hurt, you tell me that you're hurt, and I felt like I could trust you. Yeah. Like, I know where I stand with Mayu, you know? This is the kind of thing I appreciate. So I think that was the difference. And but the ironic thing is now I think you're more insecure than I am. That's the ironic.
No one can hide
But I don't know. I'm pretty.
Yeah, maybe. The more story I hear from you, that is making me nervous.
What do you mean? What makes you nervous?
I don't know, maybe your friend's story and stuff.
My friend's story?
Story that you have a lot of hear from your
다시
friends
한판 해보자고.
make me feel nervous because I didn't have
Thank
that
you.
kind of friend alive.
What friend? What friend? What are you talking about? Like my friends who are like
from just for fun kind of guys. You know?
my friends who are like international playboys.
International playboys, yes, that's what I'm saying. This is international.
Into the iris.
Nice, but I'm not expecting a boyfriend.
You know, half of them are in like really committed relationships now. All these guys, I think when I talk to them, generally they had the most pain in the past. They had the most like difficult time with women, and that's why
They try to act the different way. I mean,
yeah, they try to reinvent themselves because they don't want to be hurt, you know.
Very well.
And actually through that process, eventually they become very confident of themselves. And because they're confident, secure, and happy with themselves, they eventually actually come across a girl that really likes them, you know? I don't think there is any guy who doesn't want to be in a happy relationship. Really. I think it's normal. It's just they haven't met the right girl.
if you want to have a relationship, yeah, nobody wants to have a horrible relationship.
I think these guys that just meet different girls and stuff, they're doing that because they haven't met the right girl yet. Like, when I met you, it was good. You know? When I met the right girl, it felt right. I decided to change who I am. So, I don't like consider them lost causes or anything. Half of them, yeah, I mean, they're all eventually gonna be in like relationships, I'm pretty sure. Like really good ones.
Is there anybody pushing that thing?
I am moving the payload.
Mecha
Thank you.
I'm back in the fight.
My ultimate is ready. Very well. Understood.
Alright,
Alright, what are the story?
let me respond to... Ah, she apologized, took it back. She has changed her ways, so we'll see how that goes. You guys should hopefully see her when I come back next January. Yeah, really interested in seeing her. She seems like a very fun person.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My ultimate is ready.
And man, I think what he's saying, tick both boxes, is they're physically attracted and they have mutual interest. I would say even if you just have mutual interests and similar values, it's good enough. You don't even need physical attraction. I think I've sort of accepted that eventually, in any relationship, you lose physical attraction. I mean, I've heard from some people that we've been married 40 years and I still feel like, you know, nervous when I touch this, like I hold her hand. I feel like this is sort of BS. I don't think that's possible. I mean, I think it's a very rarity. Like, you live with this woman. How could you continually be physically attracted to her? So, I don't know. That's just me. But maybe some guys can maintain that. If that is, you're one lucky guy if you can just constantly be physically attracted to one girl. But I think even if you share mutual interests and similar values, it's good enough. Because if you're with somebody for a long time, Koreans, we say we build up chong, which is like attachment, and I think that attachment is very important, and that's what keeps you going, you know? When you're together, even after you fight, and you still want to be together, you know, and you're still attached. Yeah.
Because of chong.
Because of chong. Then I don't know. Korean couples always say this, like married couples, like you live together because of chong. Like you hate each other, but you can't leave each other because this is the only person you can trust, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Even if he's an asshole or whatever, I know he's always gonna stick with me, kind of thing.
Okay, that is my Korean thing.
Is it?
Maybe.
Maybe it is, because I heard that Japanese people don't have that. They're very heartless.
It's not heartless.
Like if it's not right, they'll just leave, even after like 20 years or 30 years.
Because it doesn't go well with your value. You know, that is not the thing you understand each other. You know. Why he's doing that?
Traveling to Mumbai.
Okay, maybe I need to charge it. Maybe.
Okay.
King, you don't really know someone until you see how they act and they think they have all the power. Changing their way only lasts 1 to 3 months, depending how scared they are.
Yeah.
Chris.
I mean, you have to sort of see how something goes.
Experience. Like in Japan, we say like the people who has experience has a story, depth story. So,
Yeah,
like
Tinder. Chris explains it very well. Tinder is like junk food, not very emotionally nutritious. It's true. It's not.
Incoming.
Although I will say,
What should
I
be?
met a lot
Should
of
I
cool
be?
girls on
What
there,
should be? What should I be?
and if I wasn't in a relationship with Mayu, we would just still be good friends. It's not, I don't know, to me it's not just all hookups.
Hello. Hey.
What's her name? Your best Thai friend. You met her in Tinder, right?
Fine.
Oh yeah.
Orn.
Orn. I have to hang out with her. She helped me out a lot too. Like, even with just like helping me buy the air conditioning and stuff like that. I wanna do like a video, like the most eligible Thai woman. Cause you know how a lot of foreigners always like think
Oh my god.
that guys who haven't been here for a while or just like hang out in the wrong areas think, where do you find a good Thai girl, you know? I wanna do like a series
Perhaps
and
a new
then
methodology is
interview her,
required.
but she's probably too shy, you know, like,
Enemy turret
and show that
destroyed.
there's just like really nice girls, you know? King, you don't really know someone until you see how they act when they think they have all the power. Change their ways only last 1 to 3 months depending on how scared they are. Yeah, who knows? Unless you can constantly scare them. But that's probably not healthy either.
It's not healthy at all.
Definitely not healthy.
I'm shooting the wrong one.
You know, even though I took this thing off, it is still showing that it's not rendered.
The turret is no more. My ultimate is charging.
My will made real.
Looks like they were just playing.
Okay, I'm gonna take the preview off.
Move up here.
Alright guys, so that is our story. It's not a story about how we met, but how we
Settle down.
settled down eventually. It's a very long story,
I must reflect
Oh,
upon
we are
this.
losing.
It's not even something I would say there's a clear thing.
The payload.
It's still something that's very sort of hazy. And probably there is an in-between like, misunderstandings. But we ended up together and we're happy. Are you happy though?
Yeah, I'm happy. Very happy.
Are you being sarcastic?
No, I am very happy.
My ultimate is charging.
Meeting those nice gentlemen, supporting us a lot.
Mayu actually, see, it's like, I don't know, we're so similar that even the things that, like, new interests I have, she ends up liking, you know?
Try enjoying.
I don't know. Are you just being supportive or you just generally enjoy it?
I enjoy it. I try to be supportive.
Of course,
what
yeah.
makes you happy makes me happy. You know? So it's nothing about like I don't like it, but try myself to learn it. I just enjoy doing what you do, and then like you or being happy.
I guess I just don't want you to do something just because you want to support me, because I also want you to be happy, you know? So,
When faced with a
but yeah, I mean, it's like,
challenge our assumptions.
I'm like pretty fortunate to find someone like that, because it's not like when we first met we decided we want to be YouTubers or something, you know? That was absolutely not something,
on the plan.
nothing I ever imagined. Like we're making Gundam figures. That's why we have a bunch of Gundam figures that we haven't made, because we bought a bunch and we never had time since I started YouTubing. And we were playing video games together quite a bit. We were
play something that I like though.
yeah, we're playing. We're
don't
watching.
play Diablo
I'm not dead
Enemy
yet.
turret.
We're watching movies. We liked watching anime together. But
Scorpion, ready to burn.
yeah, I mean, because there was a point where I was always meeting different girls, and when I meet different girls, there's like different activities I could do. Like, you know, if I met a girl that works for Chong, then I would go to concerts with her, or like, that's how I did new activities.
I'm restored.
I found that after I was in a relationship with Mayu, I was like too much in a routine, like playing too many video games, because I mean,
What he's doing? He's hiding, doing nothing.
he's an asshole. But yeah, eventually I just felt it was unhealthy, like, because I was just playing too many video games and doing too many unproductive things.
Yeah,
Which-
someday, like someday, when I leave house, when I go to work, I still playing games.
Yeah.
And then when I'm back, you still playing the games. And it was like, I was amazed at how you have concentration like that. But
Yeah. Well, because I was putting all my effort into games, what I used to put into like dating, you know, and meeting people. Because I was trying to be faithful to you. But that's why Mayu said, you know, she reminded me there's like other hobbies I was thinking about that I mentioned before. I want to do like videos and stuff. And then that's how we started. With a rainy day in Bangkok. Our first vlog. And it's been a great thing to do together, because we get to do everything we like to do.
are you guys breaking up? I think you should get married. Marriage is not an option, man. Everyone.
Yeah, I don't think we'll get married.
Because he doesn't want it.
Well, we're practically married. I was thinking like we're probably more married than most married couples, you know, just the way we act, just the things we do. Aside from having a baby, we're pretty married. So yeah, I think we're married. Oh no, I'm so tired, babe.
Yeah, 4 in the morning. Still 7 people watching.
This is oh, by the way, guys, this isn't really the we prepared what's it called? A podcast. But it ended up being like a discussion series because we shot it. And there's so many files. I'm not sure if I can release it this week because tomorrow we're doing our thing, and then I have to go sleep at Punawiri.
Is this
Huh?
Jeff? No. Where are you going to be for some
Oh, yeah, if you're gonna be here for some Songkran, by the way, guys, my plan is to...
scout the locations and then maybe we end up going.
No, I'm not gonna scout anymore. I know exactly what I'm gonna do.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I've already sort of done everything already. Except for one thing, which is go to Central World. So this year, definitely gonna go to Central World. Definitely gonna go to Khaosan Road. So if I'm really tired after just going to Khaosan Road, which is a very good possibility because that place is just so freaking crazy, I will just come back home and go to Central World the next day. Because you gotta pace yourself, it's over 3 days. And you'll get sick. Like, I've gotten sick just partying too much. And the last day on the 15th is gonna be... It's my birthday. So we're gonna go to Route 66. So I mentioned it already, but if you guys can come out to Route 66, that would be great. That would be like a good meetup. It's probably the most chill place, even though it's still pretty hectic. It's definitely more chill than Khaosan Road and Central. But if you also wanna, you know, do my walking video through there and join me, you're more than free to, you know, message me and then we can meet up. But I plan on going to Khaosan Road probably on the first day, Central on the second,
13.
and then the 15th is definitely Route 66.
Daytime? You have to go daytime though.
Daytime for sure.
Yeah.
Science will reveal
Your
the
camera, we know that it's not good.
We've been
At the night, I mean, less.
yeah. This year I want to like release these videos really fast. So, and I want to be in the action. So we just got a GoPro to shoot all of this with, and we've been experimenting with it, and we realized that it really isn't that good in low light. So we'll be definitely going in daytime.
I'm working, so I don't think I can go. But
You can never. I mean, you can get the 15 evening off though, right? Yeah, that's how it usually is for us because Mayu is always busy on Songkran. I just do my own thing.
Yeah, I'm warden. Hotel.
You're a warden?
Warden.
Is that what they call you?
No, that is what I see myself doing my job during the summertime.
Yeah. Mayu is always busy working on the holidays because she works at a hotel. That's the busy days.
Guys, I have to make money.
Mayu needs to make money.
Yeah. Oh my
Sombra
god.
online.
Oh, I'm so tired.
Alright. Let's tell them.
Yeah, I'm going back live to tell them.
Oh,
Sorry guys, we accidentally turned it off.
You accidentally me.
I thought I was turning on the preview, but I turned off the stream. But I was gonna say, I was turning on the preview to let you guys know that we'll be signing off. We need to sleep now, cause I have a long week. Oh, long month. Every week. Cause I gotta go for the Subaru shoot, tagging along with some guys to go to the Subaru factory.
Where is it? Subaru is a car, right?
Yeah, I don't know where it is. They told me, but it's irrelevant because they're gonna drive me there. You know, so I don't need to know. Once I'm there, I'm sure I'll know. So I'm gonna go there, and then I got work, right? And then come next week, I said I would help Dennis out, shoot like a little ad for his
Product.
product, like the whatever thing. And then after that is Songkran. And then
When you gonna shoot?
and then after that I'm sort of free, but I'm not really free because I'm so like
Many
jam-packed
clips
up to
you
that
have to-
time that there's so many like editing I need to do because I'm gonna be going to Korea for 2.5 weeks, so I need to try to
30 seconds.
edit twice as many vlogs in those weeks.
Yes, on 15th his birthday.
Yeah.
RCA.
So on the 15th, guy, on the in the evening, we can like meet around 7 o'clock or so near my condo, and then we can all go to RCA together. 7 or 8. The more the merrier. The more the merrier.
Merrier.
Yeah. Actually, we should meet up and then drink before we go. Because once you're there, usually these Songkran festivals, they only have one kind of alcohol, and it's usually like an energy drink or something, like a Smirnoff. You know? I don't really like that.
Oh my god, oh my god. Look at that. You should be
Mayu, don't you want to try a different game?
I don't want to play that Diablo.
Why don't you play Diablo? We'll play Diablo next time. Chris, join us for Diablo next time. Actually, Chris should be joining us for Overwatch. He has a PlayStation as well.
Easy.
Oh yeah?
I don't know.
She likes winning. Reason why you're playing, I think he's saying, is because you like winning.
Yeah, I like winning because I don't win anything. I have to win in my 3D life, you know.
Route 66 is a club here, a really big club. So that's where we go. Yeah, there's many events out here, but I've found after having gone to all of them that I just like good old Route 66. It's relatively local, but still very big, and they have, you know, big events like big water guns. They have artists come, but they're more local artists, and I think it feels very Thai. I'm not very into EDM, quite frankly. We went to one.
I like it.
Mayu really liked it. You guys can check out our video of
I like
Songkran.
EDM, but when I drink, I'm okay. I'm enjoying kind of music.
But these EDM festivals, once you get in, it's really hard to get out. I mean, it's impossible to get out. They don't let you re-enter. When you go there, it's just a big field with people just packed and packed and packed. Yeah. And I don't know. It just wasn't for me. I know a lot of people like it though, and it's expensive. I tried it, even though I thought I may not like it because I never want to discount something before I don't try it. But then, yeah, it was whatever. It wasn't bad. I liked it, but like for 3 or 4 times the price of Route 66. I had much more fun at Route 66. So
I mean, in Indian you get drunk and then like wasted, so it doesn't mean no need to pay 3 times more.
I don't know. I'm not that wasted. I just like the relatively local feel there better, you know. And it's less crowded. You have tables, you know. I like that.
Why? Who was that? Crazy.
Alright guys, I'm gonna now click off.
Sleepy eyes.
Yeah, sleepy eyes.
Tara took over this one.
Yeah, but we'll go ahead and release the podcast that we created which is not really a podcast. It's more of a Discuss Asia live series because we got video with it. Just exclusively for Patreons next week, and that's it's gonna address what we think about how you learn Thai culture.
What is the good positive learning about?
Like, how do you learn? How do you think we learn Thai culture? Like, what you need to do, maybe, and if you can ever truly learn Thai culture and be accepted as Thai, which we think is the bigger question. So, yeah, that's what we'll discuss in the next one. Oh, I have to answer any last questions. Gym time. King's going too. Time to make dinner. Okay, it's all good. All good. Everyone's leaving at the same time. Good chatting with you guys.
Thank you for joining us.